Welcome, dear Sagittarius souls, both the long-time seekers who've been riding this astrological wave with me for years and the freshly curious archers just galloping in, to Zodiac Talks Tarot, where we mix cosmic wisdom, psychological depth, and just the right sprinkle of Buddhist insight, with maybe a sarcastic wink or two when needed. Now, if you've found your way here today, I don't believe it's by accident. Venus is entering Taurus at exactly 1 a.m. on June 6th, and that, my friends, is no ordinary transit. This is what I call a soul-altering portal. If your love life has felt like a Netflix show stuck on buffering, well, prepare for the cosmic Wi-Fi to kick in. Sagittarius, let's be real, you don't do ordinary. You crave truth, adventure, meaning, and, yes, the kind of romance that feels like it was written in the stars, and maybe filmed by Spielberg. And now, as Venus steps into her earthy, sensual home of Taurus, she's not just tossing rose petals on your path, she's planting whole forests of transformation. Think of this as the universe's love letter to you. One that says, slow down, drop into your body, and remember, love isn't something you chase. It's something you receive when you're present enough to feel it. Here's where it gets even juicier. Your ruling planet, Jupiter, is sitting at 29 degrees Gemini, the final degree, the karmic degree, stirring up a double portal that's less mystical nonsense and more like the express lane to soul-level synchronicity. So, if random strangers start feeling oddly familiar, or if the same love song keeps playing every time you walk into a store, don't brush it off. That's not coincidence, it's cosmic choreography. And Venus in Taurus? She's not interested in anything half-hearted. She's saying, feel it all. That song you skipped last week suddenly brings tears to your eyes? That's your soul remembering. That brief eye contact with someone new that made your chest flutter? That's what we call a soul handshake. So take a breath, Archer. You don't need to race ahead to find love. You need only to pause long enough to receive what's already heading your way. And trust me, for a Sagittarius, that's the real adventure. Let's talk about what's really happening behind the curtain, Sagittarius. As someone who's spent decades knee-deep in zodiac charts, Jungian texts, and more than a few incense-heavy meditation rooms, I can tell you this Venus in Taurus portal isn't just stirring the romantic pot. It's awakening something visceral. And let's be honest, you, Sag, don't do lukewarm when it comes to anything, especially love. So if lately you've found yourself tearing up at old love songs or feeling sudden heat bloom in your chest for no reason, that's not you losing it. That's your energy body getting a cosmic software update. Venus is fine-tuning your frequency, and the symptoms? Oh, they're deliciously weird. Tingling palms, butterflies in the belly, an inexplicable longing for someone you haven't even met yet. It's all part of the upgrade. You might feel like you're having a spiritual allergic reaction, but no, you're just syncing up with your Twin Flames playlist. And guess what? They're out there, probably feeling just as emotionally overcooked as you are. That's the beauty of this energy, it's mutual, magnetic, and completely out of your control, which, for a Sagittarius, is both terrifying and thrilling. Now, let's get into your dream life. If your usual half-remembered dreams have suddenly turned into full-blown cinematic experiences, equal parts Shakespearean tragedy and Star Trek prophecy, you're on track. These aren't just dreams, they're divine dispatches. You're being shown what must be released, what must be remembered, and who might just be waiting on the other side of the letting go. It's the universe dropping breadcrumbs in your subconscious, and let me tell you, those crumbs are laced with spiritual symbolism. So pay attention. The mind may wander, but the subconscious? That thing's a Buddhist monk with a photographic memory. Let me put it to you straight, Sagittarius, because if there's one thing you value more than truth, it's truth delivered with style. This Venus in Taurus portal isn't just about love, it's a full-on metaphysical invitation to clean out your psychic attic. And where does it all start showing up? That's right, in your dreams. But don't mistake them for your usual mental popcorn flicks. These are not just "oops, I forgot my pants at school" kind of dreams. No, these are layered, soul-drenched, Jung-approved spiritual screenings. A past life might walk through the door, followed by your karmic to-do list, and maybe a celestial barista handing you a latte with your spirit guide's name spelled wrong just to keep things light. Here's the kicker: if you're dreaming of people leaving or relationships ending, it's not the universe being cruel. It's actually doing a little spiritual spring cleaning on your behalf. What looks like an ending? It's sacred prep work. You wouldn't invite divine union into a cluttered guest room, right? Exactly. Some things, and yes, some people have to exit stage left so something greater can enter with grace. And if that weren't enough, synchronicities are about to hit you like cosmic notifications. Repeating numbers, song lyrics echoing your exact feelings, people texting you the moment you think of them. It's all the universe's way of sliding into your DMs. But unlike that ex who still doesn't get the hint, these signs are on divine time. So don't brush them off. These are the breadcrumbs guiding you toward alignment. The universe isn't just speaking to you, it's practically waving a neon sign that says, "Hey, chosen one, you're exactly where you're supposed to be." Eyes open, heart ready. So, Sag, take the hint. Pay attention. You're not imagining it. You're remembering it. Sagittarius, let's talk heart, not just the thump in your chest that keeps you upright during your next big adventure, but the spiritual heart, the one Venus is currently cracking open like a lotus in full bloom. This isn't a Hallmark moment, it's cosmic surgery. And yes, it might get messy. You might feel waves of emotion so intense they could launch you into another timeline. One minute you're sipping coffee, the next you're sobbing over a squirrel crossing the road. Been there. That's the beauty, and chaos, of a heart chakra upgrade in full Sagittarian style. It doesn't whisper, it shouts lovingly from the mountaintop. See, this portal isn't just about finding your twin flame. It's about realizing you already are the flame. The paradox of divine love is that it won't meet you until you stop searching outside yourself for the spark. Venus is saying, yes, go after truth, but don't forget to include yourself in what's worthy of love. Self-love isn't a detour, it's the actual trailhead for the twin flame journey. So if you've been waiting for some cosmic permission to start treating yourself like the chosen one, you've got it. Signed, sealed, astrologically approved. And speaking of timelines, if you've been feeling that weird deja vu where the coffee shop cashier seems oddly familiar, or your new friend finishes your sentences like they've been reading your Akashic records, don't panic. You're not losing it. You're sinking. Multiple timelines are converging, and your soul is picking up on parallel echoes. That's not random chemistry, Sag. That's karmic GPS rerouting you toward a destiny that's bigger than logic and far more poetic than coincidence. So lean into it. Love boldly. Trust the weirdness. And when your heart flutters for no good reason, smile. That's the universe reminding you you're exactly where you need to be. Sometimes, Sagittarius, your soul remembers things before your brain can catch up, and let's be honest, your brain is usually racing ahead in 5 directions anyway. That subtle twinge in your shoulder, the way someone casually sips their coffee like they've done it beside you in 5 past lifetimes, or that odd flicker in your chest when a stranger says your name, these aren't coincidences. That's muscle memory of the soul. Your body is like a spiritual USB drive, storing data from lifetimes you've forgotten, until now. This Venus portal is like a universal Find My Soulmate update, and every little gesture might just be pinging an old contract you signed in stardust. The path to your twin flame isn't something new you're building from scratch, it's an ancient road you're remembering how to walk. Think of it as déjà vu, but make it divine. Your soul isn't confused, it's resonating. So when that weird spark happens with someone who feels way too familiar, don't run. Breathe. Pay attention. You might be re-meeting someone you never truly forgot. And then boom, Venus does what Venus does best. She turns the dial up on your magnetic field. Let's talk alchemy for a second. Venus rules copper, conductor of electricity, Taurus is earth, the grounding wire, and you, Sag, are fire, the cosmic current. That combo? You're not just vibing, you're a walking Tesla coil in vintage boots. Your energy enters the room before you do, and people will feel it. It's not vanity, it's physics. So if you notice strangers locking eyes, old flames texting out of nowhere, or people suddenly telling you their life story in the grocery line, it's not them being weird. It's your aura doing the heavy lifting. But here's the cosmic twist. June 9th, your ruling planet Jupiter, king of expansion, wisdom, and why you need 6 passports, moves into Cancer. That's water. That's emotion. That's truth wrapped in a warm hug. For a fire sign like you, this shift is both grounding and awakening. Expect clarity. Expect tears. Expect knowing that goes beyond logic. You might get hit with a truth so raw it knocks the wind out of you, but that's fuel for your next leap. Don't resist the revelation. That emotional wave is exactly what your heart's been craving beneath all the restlessness. Because for Sagittarius, truth isn't just a destination, it's the journey that sets your soul on fire. Sagittarius, if you've been dragging around the ghosts of heartbreaks past like emotional carry-ons, good news. This Venus in Taurus portal isn't here to make you unpack your baggage one tearful therapy session at a time. No, this energy is operating in quantum time. What used to take years to heal those exhausting cycles of why did they leave, was it me, or maybe they'll change, can now dissolve in days. Not because you're ignoring the pain, but because your soul is finally ready to release it. This isn't spiritual bypassing. It's spiritual acceleration. It's like your higher self just upgraded you from dial-up to fiber optic healing speed, and yes, you might actually feel a little dizzy from how fast clarity hits. That's normal. Breathe through it. Trust it. Now, let's talk about what to actually do during this window, because Sagittarians aren't exactly famous for sitting still and waiting for miracles. You need a ritual, a quest, a little magic with purpose. Start simple, create a Venus altar. Use green stones, for love and growth, copper, for conductivity, yes, real science meets mysticism, and hey, why not add a little chocolate? It's Venusian approved and Sagittarius endorsed. Indulge your senses. Wrap yourself in soft fabrics, eat grounding foods, bask in natural beauty. And most importantly, practice receiving. Let that compliment land. Let that helping hand in. Let someone love you without immediately planning your escape route. Receiving is an art form, and right now, you're being asked to master it. Between June 6th to 9th, set intentions, not just small, polite ones, but big, bold, soul-on-fire declarations. You're not rewriting a rom-com script. You're crafting a divine love story, one where you're both the main character and the co-creator. This isn't about manifesting a +1 to your next vacation. This is about becoming the version of yourself that is the vacation, the joy, the freedom, the magic. And here's the final Sagittarian truth: you're not just here to fall in love. You're here to redefine what love is. You're here to show the world that love can be wild and wise, deep and daring, sacred and hilariously human. This portal? It's your golden ticket to step into that truth. So don't just watch life pass by. Live it. Laugh through the weirdness, cry through the beauty, and love like your soul remembers how. And if this resonated with that brilliant Sagittarian fire inside you, go ahead and like, share, and hit that subscribe button to stay connected with Zodiac Talks Tarot. Your cosmic journey's just getting started, and trust me, you don't want to miss what's next.